Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. What a great month, right? What a great month. Last week, we got to see all the Black Friday releases for Vanishing Ink. And this week, we're gonna look at all the new Christmas releases from Penguin Magic. Penguin's put out a ton of stuff for the holiday season, and a lot of it's from Craig Petty, and we're gonna look at one of those really awesome releases today. I don't wanna talk, I don't wanna gabber on and just waste your time. I wanna get right into this because I am so excited about the Hero and Villains deck. Craig Petty, Phil Smith, once again, teaming up along with Penguin Magic. It's the dream team. It is the dream team. 3 hours of magic. 3 hours of magic, tons of tricks, something like 17 tricks. 17 tricks, one super powerful gimmicked deck. So, what is Heroes and Villains? Heroes and Villains is a deck of cards. It's a deck of cards that's disguised as not a deck of cards, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. No number cards, right? This would be kind of like saying it's all quartz, kind of, because they're all characters. They're all heroes and villains from real life and from literature, even from the Bible. And what Craig and Phil have done is they've separated the deck into heroes, half the deck, and villains, half the deck, which is very similar to a standard deck of cards that's separated into half black and half red. But in this case, it's half blue and half red. So right away, there's some familiarity for magicians, right? Because we understand red and black. But spectators understand these characters probably even more. So do they know who the Queen of Hearts is, Alice in Wonderland, David and Goliath, right? They know these characters. And so they're gonna instantly feel a connection with them. They don't have a connection with cards, right? Most times, spectators don't even play card games. They rarely see cards in their day-to-day life. But these cards are made to look like kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons / Dice Masters / Magic the Gathering, right? Like a Pokemon style card, like a gaming card, right? But instead of the cards being fighting cards, like where they say, oh, my strength is 3 and your dexterity is 2. Like in these cards, they list characteristics or attributes or facts, right? Trivia about these different characters. So you have that. Then on top of that, you also have mates. So if you have a 3 of hearts, then the mate is the 3 of diamonds. Now, you and I know that as magicians, but the spectators don't always think about, oh yeah, every card has a mate. But in this deck, to say that this is Goliath and this is David, they instantly understand that. You don't have to explain it to them, they get it, right? You say Queen of Hearts and Alice, right? They're enemies. Yes, we get it. Hence, heroes and villains. The deck is also marked with Phil Smith's optical marking system. So if you're already familiar with Phil Smith and his optical marking system, you'll be familiar with this right away. Every back has 3 words marked into it. The character that you're looking at, its mate, right? So if you're looking at Alice, it's also going to say Queen of Hearts on the back so that you'll know who the villain is. And it's also going to have a long word reveal for the book test that's included. You want to see the cards. This is why people keep coming back to Magic Orthodoxy, because I show you everything close up. You know, I show you the packaging even. I show, hey, this is the packaging. This is what it comes in. This is the size to expect. This is what your money gets you. So you have a nice, beautiful Heroes and Villains box right there, right? It's a little magnet enclosure box. All right, so here's the tuck case that you're gonna find on the inside, and Phil Smith has done a wonderful job making it look exactly like a gaming collectible deck, right? And up here, it says it's from Ryland, Ryland, right? And then it got some little provers here, more provers here and there. You got a little bit of copy on the back to make it look like, you know, ages 11 and up. This looks like what it is, right? No one's gonna think, oh, this is a Magic deck. Right away on the inside, you're going to notice that you're going to have some scorecards. The scorecards have been pre-written with a prediction, and these will help you with the Simon Aronson shuffleboard effect. Going through the entire deck, you're going to notice right away that it is a one-way back design. So that can also help you with tricks, right? So your back design looks like this. And like I said, there are 3 reveals built into this single card, but you want to see the cards. You want to see what they look like. So here's a hero, for instance. Here's King Kong. It says his hero rating is 5 and his nemesis is Carl Denham. And then on top of that, you're going to see 5 pieces of trivia about King Kong. And then you have another hero here. You have Seymour Krelborn, and his nemesis is Audrey 2, right? So that would be from Little Shop of Horrors. Here you have Peter Pan and his nemesis Captain Hook. You have Perseus and his nemesis Medusa. You have Dr. Henry Jekyll and his nemesis Mr. Hyde. Robin Hood, Zorro, King Arthur, Dorothy Gale, King David from the Hebrew Bible, Hercules from mythology, Van Helsing. Here's Sherlock Holmes. Here's some villains. Here's the Queen of Hearts. Beautiful artwork, right? Incredible looking detail on these cards. They look exactly like the type of cards that they should be. And if you're wondering, well, what's the card stock like? How do they handle? As far as I can tell, they're a United States playing card company. They got air cushion finish. They're going to feel and handle great. This is a real deck of cards, right? This is a real deck of cards disguised as not a deck of cards. So when you think about all the kind of tricks that you can do, simple tricks with a deck of cards, things like oil and water, right? Things like sandwich tricks. You can do all those style tricks with this deck. And your spectators will be none the wiser because they'll just think that you're using some deck of cards that you found at a comic book store or a Comic-Con or some sort of, game store, collector store. They're not going to think twice. They're not going to think this is a magic deck, and they're certainly not going to think that the deck is somehow giving you the answers, right? That the backs are marked. There's no way, right? This is totally a fun, creative. It's right up my alley too, because I play card games like this all the time. So Magic the Gathering is one of my favorite card games. So I'm a huge Magic the Gathering player. So this is right up my alley. All right, so how's the video? How is the Magic tutorial? Well, it's Penguin Magic, right? And Craig Petty. So it's 2 heavyweights coming together. You can't beat it. And you get a lot of great overhead shots, so you can see the full table. So that's fantastic. I did say it was 3 hours, and I know there's been some controversy about long tutorials. And people have said in my comment section like, oh, tutorials are so long, I don't even want to watch them all. That's fine, don't. Don't. You bought it, you paid for it, it's your money. Do whatever you want. Nobody's twisting your arm and making you watch 3 hours of tutorial, okay? You just don't have to. Here's what I did when I first got it, because I was so excited to get it and I wanted to play with it right away. I really wanted to do the shuffleboard effect because it had the reveal cards already. So I really kind of wanted to watch the tutorial up to the shuffleboard effect, and that's what I did. So it was basically an hour. So you got to watch the part where Craig tells you how they're marked, right? You have to watch that part. And then the very first trick is a 3-stage mind reading routine. So he has cards selected, and then he does mind reading. And in that, you're going to watch him perform it live. So you're going to see when he's getting his glances, right? When he's getting his peeks, and then he's going to teach it to you. That's almost an hour, or that probably is over an hour just to get up to that point. But now you've got all the basics. In watching that one trick, you got all the basics that you need to manipulate and handle that deck. Then watch the shuffleboard trick. And with the shuffleboard trick, you have to do a little bit of finagling because in the video, he says the reveal is one thing, but your reveal is actually something else. And you're going to have to swap the numbers for good and bad. So when he says how many good cards he has and how many bad cards he has, you need to swap that because it's different in the deck that you have. But then stop, right? Then stop, because the tricks after that are going to be tricks that you know, and or not, right? But perform the 2 tricks that he taught you. Perform those tricks. And when you're done and you're tired of those 2 tricks, then go back and learn another one, right? There's no reason you have to learn all the tricks all at once. That's silly. Nobody does that. Nobody learns 17 tricks in one sitting. That's just not done, okay? Don't overdo it. Craig doesn't say, hey, learn all 17 of these tricks or else, right? Learn those first 2, that's it. And then come back. And then you'll learn an ace and king trick. You'll learn a Gemini, right? You'll learn the Gemini twins effect. You'll learn an oil water. You'll learn a mating trick. You're gonna learn the will the cards match. Remember that trick? The will the cards match trick. You'll learn that one. You'll learn a coin assembly. You'll learn like a pseudo ESP matching effect. You're gonna learn out of this world, okay? But maybe you like out of this world and you already have an out of this world that you do. Guess what? You can do that out of this world with this deck. You don't need to watch Craig's explanation and use his out of this world. I already do an out of this world that I like, and it'll work with this deck. And the one that you like will work with this deck too. So don't worry about it. There's a sandwich trick in there, there's a color change in there, and then there's some closing thoughts. Like I said, 17 tricks is not overwhelming. 3 hours is not overwhelming if you do it in little bite-sized chunks, right? Go at your own pace. You're the student, okay? Yes, Craig's the teacher, but you're the student. Take it as you can take it, okay? Go slow. Pocket space, it's just the deck and the deck only. Nothing to add, nothing to take away. Angles are perfect. No one's ever gonna see you get your glimpse unless you're really obvious about it. Like you sit there and hold it at your hand. Like, let me read that. Do you think that's an L or do you think that's an M? Right? Otherwise, everything's gonna be fine. I think the cards can be inspected. Multiple times Craig offers the deck out to the spectators to shuffle, to hold, to handle, to cut. Like I said, no one's ever gonna suspect this. So positives, creative, fun. Thank you for creating a mentalism device that doesn't look like playing cards, because there's so many mentalists that don't like using playing cards because of the association of trick cards already. Right? Or to be lopped into the category of I'm a card magician. So this kind of keeps mentalists in their own realm. And when you team up Craig Petty with Phil Smith, I think you always get a dynamite product. And then throw a Penguin Magic into the mix. Yeah, recipe for awesomeness. Negatives. Okay, here's my only negative, and this is coming from me. Okay. I like the book test, I do. I like the book test idea, and I don't know how you would do my idea with the book test, but I would have appreciated the deck to look more like Magic the Gathering and less like trivia cards, because to me, these should be gaming cards, right? That's what they look like. It should look like a Pokemon style card or Magic the Gathering, which means you'd have a little bracket that would say strengths, weaknesses, charisma, intelligence, speed, vitality. You'd have little ranks. And then you'd have another box that would describe what actions this card can do. So making a believable MTG deck and then using the long word, but then just using it from the card's attributes, not necessarily from its trivia. I would have appreciated something like that, because then it looks even more like the kind of cards I use. But that's just me, because those are the kind of cards I use. You're probably not a card gamer like me, so you wouldn't even notice something like that. Craig says, oh, I found this deck at the airport. You could do that too. You could just say, you found this deck at your local gaming store, or your educational warehouse store. This is a teaching aid. You could come up with anything you want. So $40 at penguinmagic.com. Big, huge thanks to Craig Petty and Penguin Magic for allowing me to have this so I can do the review for you. More Penguin Magic reviews coming. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is my new hoodie. It's actually not a new hoodie. The hoodies have been available for sale over at my Teespring store for a while now, but I've always worn the t-shirts in the videos, never worn the hoodies because it's not actually cold where I am. Well, neither inside nor outside, but I thought, you know what? You should see a hoodie. You should see what it looks like. So this is actually the darkest one. This is the dark heather one, and it almost looks like a black on black. So there are 2 other colors available, 2 or 3 colors available actually. There's a burgundy and a lighter gray and a little bit lighter gray. So if you don't like the black on black, maybe consider one of the other colors, but just wanted to show it to you, right? Just wanted to show it to you as we head into fall, as we head into the winter season. If you want to sport your devotion, your loyalty, your love to Magic Orthodoxy and all things Magic review and playing cards, yeah, that'd be great. And I'm just showing it to show you. Like I think I make $1 on every single sweatshirt. So I made the price point as close to the cost as I could. I think I make $1 on each sweater. So that's not why I'm making this video. I just wanted you guys to see it. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. Stay cool. Bye.